Pet Check is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to bosleys.com/givingback.
This cutie is Mowgli, and boy, does he like his treats. He's very treat motivated, which is a great thing because it makes training so much easier. Mowgli is a retired sled dog, and we haven't had a sled dog on for a while, but they make amazing pets.
Amazing pets, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of them. There's a lot of, in the interior of BC, there's a lot of the sled dog operations closing. There's a lot of, that are downsizing, so we're getting a lot of sled dogs in. We have had quite a few in the last couple of months, and we just get requests for them all the time from all over the place to bring in sled dogs. And Mowgli is a lovely, he's what I would call more of a typical sled dog in that his temperament. He has a great temperament. He likes everything. They're usually a little more nervous than this.
Yes, he's really good. We've had several sled dogs on Pet Check over the years, and usually they're very timid at first. They're very scared. But he came right up to me and was happy to see me.
Most of them have lived their whole life on chains or locked in pens. So they normally aren't very social. They're very good temperaments.
Yes,
very social with dogs.
Very calm,
but with people, they're a little bit nervous. So he's not like that. He's lovely, and these are more the types of sled dogs that we're seeing now being surrendered. We're seeing a lot more of this types, which is great.
Is that because they've been treating them better? Because in the past there have been some horrific stories of the mistreatment.
And it really depends. It really depends on the sled dog operation and the mushers they have.
Okay.
But we're seeing a lot that have been treated well, that are and I mean, we're still not for sled dog operations because you can't keep that many dogs, hundreds of dogs, and be able to take care of them all. It's just not possible.
And chained up outside in cold weather in winter.
And they do nothing all. They do nothing all. It's all summer. So it's really nice to see them being treated better. But we prefer they never be sled dogs. And this is what a typical sled dog looks like. So people have this thing in their mind. They're these big, fluffy Alaskan Malamutes. But this is more what they look like. They're the slender. They're usually about 40 to 60 pounds. They're not these huge dogs, and they do make great pets. The only one thing I think that they have as maybe that hurts them getting adopted is they need to go with other dogs. They've spent their entire life in groups of hundreds of dogs,
so they need a buddy. And then another dog also kind of helps teach them what life on the outside's like.
That it's okay.
How it's fun. You can go there. You can jump up on the couch, and you can.
You have a really nice life now.
This is our favorite walking route.
I know. So it's really nice. But and Mowgli has done this week what most dogs, a lot of dogs we're seeing doing, and that is that he has had to have a trip to the vet for speargrass.
Speargrass. We talked about it recently on Pet Check because it's such a problem, but this year it just seems to be worse than ever. The conditions are super dry, and then those barbs on the speargrass just get stuck. I've heard some horrible stories from people of repeated vet visits, surgeries. Dogs can die from speargrass.
And the problem is it's because they get in. It's kind of like porcupine quills. If people have ever been anywhere where there's lots of porcupines, they get in and then they migrate. If you don't get all of them out, they will migrate. So they get in the respiratory system, they can get to their heart, they can get into their brain, they can get everywhere. And because you usually get them in their face area from sniffing.
Right. Including their ears.
Including their ears.
That was Mowgli.
Yep. Mowgli got them in the ears, in the eyes, but they also will be sniffing and it'll go up their nose or in their mouth, and that gets to the respiratory system really quickly. So super important that you check. Paws is another place you see a lot of them, but we're getting them everywhere. Like we're seeing them all over animals' bodies.
And the rear end as well, because especially if dogs are squatting.
For girls who go to squat, we've seen them in places there that we don't want to talk about. That is really not nice. So it's really important that people are checking their dogs, and I think anybody who has a dog should Google speargrass and know exactly what it looks like and exactly what to look for, because there's so much of it.
And it looks like that harmless grass, and in the spring it's green and it is harmless, but then when it dries out and it's yellow, it's those taller grasses that are everywhere.
And it's the seeds.
Yes, and actually on the Saanich website they have a really good page on speargrass and what to know and what to look for on the saanich.ca website. So some interesting information there. If you're interested in Mowgli, hello baby, just go to our website. Mowgli is going to make such a good pet. Go to our website, checknews.ca, and there will be a link there to the Victoria Humane Society with adoption information. I'll also put the link for speargrass on that webpage as well, so be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching.